You have been taught to think of yourself as a single point of existence, separate, solid, limited to a single time, a single space. But what if that is not true? What if your energy has touched something much greater, something quantum, something intertwined? Right now, whether you are aware of it or not, you are sending out a signal. Your emotions are not just feelings, they are coordinates. Your thoughts are not random, they are frequencies connecting you to parallel possibilities. This is not fantasy, it is quantum reality. You are not creating your reality from scratch. You are tuning into the version that resonates with your vibration. And here's the shift. The moment you truly understand quantum entanglement, your vibration instantly rises. Because you stop chasing harmony and begin to become harmony. It's not about working harder, it's about aligning more clearly. Stay tuned, because in this video, you'll learn how to do it. And whether you believe it or not, this video finding you is no coincidence. Before we go into this, I want you to do 3 things. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and leave the number 777 in the comments. You can also share it with someone you want to benefit from this video and support their spiritual awakening. Now let's go deeper. At the heart of the quantum world, something extraordinary is happening. Whether you are aware of it or not, you are not just a body traveling through space and time. You are an energy field that constantly emits and receives frequencies. You are intertwined, not only with other people, but also with every possibility that exists in the infinite realm. And as you begin to understand how quantum entanglement works, not just as a scientific phenomenon, but as a spiritual reality, your vibrational state does not rise gradually, it rises instantly. Let's start here. You are not separate. Your energy is not limited to your skin. Every emotion you feel, every thought you think, every belief you hold is a transmission. This is not a metaphor, this is physics. The quantum field, the very fabric of reality, does not respond to effort, anxiety, or even desire. It responds to consistency, to signal clarity, to vibration. And what about entanglement? This is the secret language your energy uses to synchronize with experiences, people, timelines, and outcomes that already exist in the universal field. Right now, your life is not the result of your goals, it is a reflection of your signal. The job you have, the relationships you attract, the opportunities or obstacles in your path, all of them resonate in harmony with the frequency you have manifested. If there is tension between what you desire and what you experience, it is because you are trying to tune into a station that your nervous system does not recognize as safe. That is why positive thinking does not work. Vision boards gather dust, because even if the mind is focused on a single reality, the body still transmits the old one. Quantum entanglement shows us that everything is already interconnected. However, what most people don't realize is that you are constantly choosing which entangled reality version to connect to, not through thought, but through resonance. In simple terms, you don't attract what you want, you attract what you are. Your state of being becomes the key that unlocks the matching quantum outcome. Imagine this: you are a radio. Every day, every moment, you are broadcasting a frequency. This frequency is not determined by your conscious goals, but by your dominant emotional state. Your beliefs, your inner dialogue, the stories you silently repeat, these form your dominant vibration. What about the quantum field? It doesn't pick favorites, it simply matches. This is where mastery begins, because when you truly master quantum entanglement, you stop trying to create your reality from the outside in. You understand that it's not about acquisition, but about alignment. You don't chase after it. You choose it. You don't force it. You focus. And when your focus becomes consistent, when your inner state aligns without contradiction, reality realigns to match it. This isn't philosophy, it's structure. When you examine any object, person or thought under a microscope, you won't find rigidity. You find energy, movement, vibration. From atoms to galaxies, all existence is in a constant state of resonance. Your body, an energy field, your thoughts, frequency patterns, even your memories, when triggered, re-emit the energetic signature they once had, pulling matching timelines back into your orbit. So, if you wonder why certain patterns repeat, why certain types of people, circumstances or emotional states keep recurring. It's not karma, it's not bad luck, it's resonance. The field isn't punishing you, it's synchronizing with you. And here's the paradox. Most people want to change their lives without changing their vibrations. They want a new experience, but they keep returning to the same emotional state. They cling to old anger, relive betrayal, live in fear, and wonder why joy isn't permanent. But the quantum field isn't responding to your hopes, it's responding to your signal. That's why understanding quantum entanglement is so important, because once you see that every version of you already exists in the field, the question becomes, which one are you tuned into? Which version are you entangled with right now? The doubting one, or the trusting one, the struggling one, or the flowing one? Let's dig deeper. If you walk into a room filled with tuning forks, each tuned to a different frequency, only the tuning fork that matches your frequency will start to vibrate. This isn't magic, it's resonance. Similarly, when your energy emits a certain frequency, only people, places and opportunities that vibrate in harmony with that frequency will respond. That's why harmony feels so good. Why does synchronization feel like flow? The universe didn't suddenly become generous. You finally became clear. Now think about what you've been signaling lately. Not what you've affirmed or desired, but what you've actually been emitting. The anxiety beneath your smile, the fear behind your ambition, the unhealed memories that still influence your decisions. These are the vibrations that create your entanglement. These are the silent songs that the field hears and responds to. And yet, the power within all of this is this. The moment you change your signal, you change the synchronization. The entangled threads of your reality begin to rearrange themselves, not later, but now. Because in the quantum field, time is not linear, it is responsive. So how do you change your signal? How do you broadcast a frequency that elevates you to a higher timeline? The answer lies in one of the universe's most fundamental laws, resonance. Resonance is the capacity of two objects to influence each other when they vibrate at the same frequency. Just like when one tuning fork is struck, the other begins to vibrate as well. Consciously or unconsciously, every human being is a tuning fork. Your thoughts, emotions, and vibrations rising from your subconscious continuously send a frequency signal into the universe. And this signal attracts events, people, and outcomes carrying similar vibrations into your life. This is precisely why, despite all your efforts, you may not be able to achieve your dreams. Because there is a mismatch between the external effort you are putting in and the energy you are emitting. Instead of working harder, learning more, and planning more to reach your goal, you first need to reprogram your frequency. The concept of quantum entanglement comes into play at this point. Quantum entanglement, which Einstein called spooky action at a distance, describes how the state of one particle can influence another particle without physical contact. This is not a phenomenon unique to the subatomic world. Our thoughts are energy. Our feelings are too. And these energies can influence other energies in our field through invisible connections. So when you cling tightly to a thought, such as the belief that you will fail, this belief not only lowers your vibration, it also blocks other possibilities circulating in your field. Because the quantum field demands clarity, it does not respond to an uncertain signal. When you are tossed between different thoughts, different desires, different fears, the universe cannot respond to this mixed frequency. That's why the first step is clarity. It doesn't start with deciding what you want, but with refusing to accept what you don't want. That means letting go of your old identity, your old stories, your old frequencies. Because resonance responds to honesty. The universal law recognizes not the one who pretends to be, but the one who is. That is precisely why change begins at an invisible level. Just as a physical tuning fork vibrates when played, you too send vibrations to your surroundings without realizing it. If these vibrations are filled with fear, doubt, or attachment to the past, no matter how positively you think, you cannot transcend the boundaries of this invisible realm. Because the invisible field, which is the quantum field, reads your true energy, not your words. In an experiment conducted in the scientific community, When a mother rabbit was sent to a deep submarine and her offspring were harmed in a distant laboratory, a sudden change was observed in the mother's brainwaves. The physical connection between them had been severed, but the energy connection was still active. This demonstrates that entanglement is not only applicable to atoms, but also between living beings. What does this mean? When you focus on something consciously or unconsciously, you connect with it energetically. This connection does not require physical contact. When you hold on tightly to an intention, when you resonate with that goal without forcing it, the universe begins to align with you. It is not force that is needed, but alignment. But this alignment does not occur solely at the mental level. If your mind says, "I am ready," but your body is vibrating with tension, stress, or fear, this resonance is disrupted. Because the field demands wholeness. Wholeness is the mind, heart, and body emitting the same signal. Then the field opens up. That's when synchronicities, miracles, and rapid transformations begin. Because you are now vibrating at the frequency that calls forth a new reality. So the question is, what frequency are you vibrating at? What story are you repeatedly sending out as a signal? Look not just at what you think, but at what you feel, what you keep repeating, and what you believe in moments of silence. Because these are your broadcasts, and this broadcast is constantly reshaping your field. If the same types of people, experiences, and outcomes keep circling around you, this is the reflection of your frequency in the mirror. There is a huge difference between wanting a new life and broadcasting a new signal, and this difference determines everything at the quantum level. Here we are now, as someone who wants to change their frequency, as someone who wants to feel more, and the secret begins here. Your task is not to force the external world. It is to make your inner frequency so clear, so consistent that the world has no choice but to resonate with you. And this change begins at the microscopic level, with your breath, your muscles, your intention, your reactions. Because vibration first enters the body, then spreads out into the world, and that is when the mystery of quantum entanglement begins to unfold. As we conclude this section, remember this: energy does not lie, and whatever you emit is what you will receive in your life. Now we will go even deeper, because changing your frequency is only the first step. Maintaining it, strengthening it, and integrating it into a higher timeline, that is where true mastery begins. So what does this mastery look like? The first sign is realizing that the universe has noticed you, but this recognition doesn't come as an external voice or a miraculous coincidence. It comes more as an internal vibration, a synchronicity. I already knew this feeling. This is where quantum entanglement comes into play. Quantum entanglement demonstrates that an energetic connection can be established even between entities without physical contact. Even if a particle is kilometers away from another, when one changes, the other is affected simultaneously. This phenomenon is not just the subject of scientific experiments. It also applies to human relationships, feelings, and intuition. One of the experiments conducted by Russian scientists vividly illustrates this. A mother rabbit is separated from her babies and taken to the depths of the ocean in a submarine. The babies remain in the laboratory. When one of the babies is killed, the mother's brainwaves suddenly change, even though she is kilometers away. This proves that there is still a strong energetic bond between the two beings, despite the physical distance. This teaches us that frequencies are not only individual but also collective. We do not merely elevate our own vibration, we also influence the energy of everyone connected to us. Therefore, every frequency you elevate affects not only your future but also the reality of everyone around you. For this reason, managing our inner frequency is both a personal and collective responsibility. Another striking example is an experiment conducted on basketball players. The players were divided into 3 groups. The first group did nothing. The second group did physical training. The third group only practiced shooting mentally, that is, through visualization. After several weeks, the third group showed as much improvement as the group that did physical training. This demonstrates that mental exercises also have an impact on physical reality. That's why changing your frequency isn't just about meditation or affirmations. Thoughts, feelings, images, they're all energy, and your energy is the message you send out to your surroundings. The quantum field receives this message and responds accordingly. It's not what you say, but who you are that matters. And that's why fear and anxiety are not just internal problems but energetic messages. Scientific research on the amygdala has shown that when a person feels fear and anxiety, those around them automatically feel the same emotions. So when you vibrate at a low frequency, you affect not only yourself but everyone around you. So what should you do? First, you must accept that your inner world determines your outer reality. Everything you see outside is a reflection of your inner vibration. Entities, events, experiences, all are echoes of your inner signal. Therefore, to create the life you envision, you must first align your inner vibration. As Abraham Hicks says, the majority of what makes us who we are is in the non-physical realm. In other words, your true power lies in the invisible dimension. In this dimension, your desires exist as potential that has not yet manifested into matter. And the way to call them forth is to begin vibrating at the same frequency as them. Imagine that you are already living the life you desire. How would you feel? What thoughts would you repeat? Who would you spend time with? When you begin to carry these feelings in your body as if they were real, the universe begins to transform this new frequency into reality. Because vibration always precedes matter, this is where the game changes. It's not just about wanting it. You have to live in that desire vibrationally. When you start doing this, things begin to happen not by chance but with consistency. A reality emerges that is shaped not by luck but by your energy. And remember, the quantum field resonates not with need but with certainty. When you stop asking, when will it happen, and start living as if it has already happened, time bends. When you stop repeatedly rehearsing the distance between you and your desire, you eliminate that distance. Now we will explore in depth how to sustain this new frequency and anchor it into reality. Because knowing is one thing, living is another. Reaching a frequency can be a momentary burst, but sustaining it requires inner discipline, emotional intelligence, and conscious energy management. When you step into a new vibration, old habits, traumas and old beliefs that pollute the energy of the present moment may resurface. This is not a setback, it is a cleansing. Those who do not cleanse the space cannot stabilize their energy. At this point, what you need to do is not just think positively, it is to bring the emotion, thought, body into harmony. Because the universe reads not only what you think but who you are. Your vibrational reality is shaped by the silent beliefs that come from your subconscious programs. That's why repetitive cycles are not just about negative thoughts, they are unresolved records in the energy field. Deleting these records does not mean forgetting. It means recognizing them, owning them, and then building your higher self from them. Every rejected part of you divides you. Every accepted part unites you. This is the foundation of quantum transformation: to unite, to be whole, to gather your fragmented energy. So how do you do this? First, you must make emotional regulation a practice. Every outburst of anger, every moment of fear, is energy trying to pull you back to the old frequency. But if you can stay in that moment, breathe, and return to your center, you send this signal to your system: I am not in danger, change is safe, growth is possible. This message is not only mental but also biologically recorded in your body. Your brainwave frequencies calm down, your nervous system relaxes, and the quantum field responds to this new calm, open, receptive energy. This is the moment where the difference is created. Then you begin to cleanse and calibrate your energy body daily. This is not limited to meditation, movement, dance, prayer, spending time in nature, breathing exercises. All of these rebalance the energy field. Because you are not just your conscious mind, your entire system is an energy transmission. In addition, one of the most powerful ways to maintain your frequency is to rebuild your environment. Energy is contagious. It either feeds or drains your vibrations. Spending time with people who disrupt your vibrational field with constant anxiety, doubt, or cyclical thoughts will pull you back to your old version. That's why you need to choose environments, sounds, people, and information that are compatible with your new energy. Remember this sentence: energy is your new identity, and the energy your identity carries determines everything. The energy you choose is the life you choose. This new energy doesn't just make you feel something, it forces you to make a choice, because energy is now your identity, and an identity is not a statement, it's a habit. Every time you make the same choice, return to the same thought, stay in the same feeling, that energy becomes your reality. Therefore, start by identifying the things that cause your vibration to drop. Who makes you feel anxious, inadequate, or tired? In which environments does your spirit shrink, your presence retreat? These questions redefine you. Remember, energy speaks the most powerful language. It does not forgive indecision. It does not resonate with hesitation. Your frequency is read in the universe like your signature, and the small steps you take every day, the thoughts you choose, the sentences you construct, the intention you carry in your body, these determine that signature. This is not just about thinking positively. It is about synchronizing your emotions, mind and body. When you are not in conflict with yourself, energy becomes clear, and that clarity transforms the space. Notice one more thing. Frequency requires continuity. You may feel it rise for a moment, but staying there requires a different consciousness. This consciousness comes through daily awareness, intentional repetition, and maintaining physical balance. Every morning before the day begins, ask yourself this: what frequency will I serve today? This question takes you off autopilot and invites you to make a conscious choice. And in the evening before going to bed, not with the intention of holding yourself accountable, but to rediscover yourself. Reflect on this: which cycle did I repeat today? Which frequency did I stray from? In which moments did I remain naked, vulnerable but real? These questions are not meant to judge you, but to witness you. Because energy calls you to witness. Every feeling you suppress creates a void in your vibration. If you no longer want what you've been constantly running from to follow you, sit down and dare to watch it. Your fear, your inadequacy, your helplessness. Don't fight yourself, see it. Witnessing it neutralizes your energy, because everything you see transforms on its own. Energy is essentially memory. You have a vibrational memory field made up of your feelings, thoughts, and experiences. This field determines your future. That is why it is necessary to heal the past. Because yesterday's frequency may be attracting today. Many things may seem to have changed, but if your energy cycle is the same, the results will be similar. This is precisely why strengthening your energy field is not a luxury, but a necessity. Because your energy field is a center of attraction. Think of it this way: everything in the universe is drawn to its vibrational counterpart. Whatever frequency you vibrate at, events, people and experiences with that frequency will find you. This is not coincidence, it is resonance. Therefore, if you want to change what you attract, you need to change your frequency. And this requires constant awareness, because your mind's thoughts, your body's habits, and your heart's fears will continue to pull you back to your old timeline. You need to see, choose, and transform every moment with awareness. And know that this is not a race to reach a goal. It is an art of energy, the mastery of staying in the moment, the courage to meet your own frequency face to face. When you begin to live this, even the order around you begins to change. Because energy is the new code of the world, your field becomes a language. And in this language, everything hears you. Let's conclude with one final question. What energy represents you today? And which one do you want to be remembered by tomorrow? The answer to this question lies in the vibration you choose today, right now, in this very moment. Because there is no time in the quantum field, only choice. And believe me, what you seek is also seeking you. If anything in this video resonates with you, subscribe to the channel and write "I am rising" in the comments section. This is not just a comment, it is a signal you are sending to the quantum field, an intention, a vibration. You are no longer on the old frequency.